Hello and welcome to the Inner Gamer On. My name is Brett Yanofsky.
I'm Devin Dury.
I'm Austin Morales.
I'm Luis Gonzalez.
Today we're going to talk about streaming becoming a bigger thing and how we're starting to see it consciously affect video game design. Let's transition to the next segment of this, which is other games that are doing stuff like this. So Amazon specifically, Amazon Game Studios is working on a game called Breakaway. I have the notes on there. I can't see it.
Breakaway.
The Breakaway is a game that is literally being consciously designed with streaming in mind. So it's a game in which you have an arena. It's like a sports kind of game. And they purposefully made it to where the play space is on screen. So there's no transitions of cameras or anything like that. They also put it in there to where you have they were going to have it to where there was multiple like relics and things that you can pick up and move around, but they liked the idea of the fact that as a streaming audience, giving them a central focus to look at. So one relic versus multiples. And this, as if you think about it, is akin to other sports stuff. You have one ball, that's the thing. And that's what everybody's focusing their attention on. So that's the thought process that they had in building this game, is that let's give them one focus. Let's make the screen not move. Let's do all these things that will tie into something that people can sit there and watch and not be overly distracted by. I mean, we talked about with the rise of esports, Overwatch being so fast paced, they're cutting around from different camera angles all the time. You know, is there ways to make that better? I don't know, but these guys are building this game so that you can sit there and watch this. And there's short break periods so that like a game's not going to be 20 hours long. It's going to be short enough to where an audience member can come and watch that and then be able to cut away without losing attention too quickly or whatever. So they're putting a lot of money behind that. Like Twitch is actively going out and paying people to build games for their platform.
Twitch has just like become this gigantic powerhouse of like, here's money, we want things, billions of dollars. How much do they pay for Overwatch League?
$90 million.
God dang. Jesus. Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I feel like over a night they became just gigantic quadrillionaires.
Because Amazon bought
Feels
them.
like that.
So Amazon owns it now. So they're like tied in together. So
okay, yeah. So then Amazon's just like money.
Yeah, they're Whole Foods, Twitch, this voice technology.
Whole Foods.
They're literally my entire life. They're taking it over completely.
Oh, they totally are. Do you have an Alexa?
I don't have an Alexa.
Oh,
mostly
man.
because Alexa's it's too risque of a name for me. Like Siri sounds pretty cool. What's the Google Home person? Is there a Google Home? It's just
Hey
Google,
Google.
right?
Yeah,
I can't say Google, so I can't get that one either. So I'm just not getting any of them.
Dude,
I just don't like the names. Like, why couldn't it be like, "Hey, Steve"?
Well, because that was going off all the time. It's like I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they yelled out Alexa really loud, and like in South Park did that episode making fun of the fact that if you say this, it's going to trigger everybody's systems everywhere.
Well, that's what
was happening.
Yeah, that's what Burger King did.
Yeah,
For their ad campaign was hey Alexa, what's in a Whopper? And
you imagine like, hey Alexa, buy this.
yeah, hey Alexa, buy 4 couches. 4 couches purchased.
Or South Park, hey Alexa, buy sweat hairy balls or something like that. That's what they had.
Yeah, I love it, dude.
So bad.
There are some games though. We were talking about this being built specifically for streaming. Like Jackbox Party Pack is a great game that streamers play that didn't maybe necessarily have streaming in mind when it first came out, but it definitely has streaming in mind now.
It's finding that audience.
You'll consistently see the Jackbox Party Pack games being played on streaming sites. They're consistently like top 10, top 12. Like today, since it's Saturday, most streamers are doing like variety streams. So that'll probably be what's going on right now. They'll be playing something like that. But I think it's a super interesting concept. You don't really build games around anything these days. It's just, I want it to be this type of game with these types of engines. But to build it with a particular platform in mind is pretty cool. And it's got a couple levels to it too.
And I'm thinking of like there's obviously limitations involved in this because you can't have a game like The Last of Us built for streaming necessarily, because you don't want to ruin the story for other people that aren't tuning into that moment.
And it's not necessarily a streaming type game in my opinion where, yes, it's very story driven, but in between those cutscenes, there's a lot of you just kind of traversing areas that might get boring to people watching.
Right. So I'm wondering, what are some other games you guys can think of off the top of your head that aren't necessarily built for streaming, but have all of the like recipes that we've kind of talked about already for streaming? Like the first thing that comes to mind actually is Pyre, but I don't think it necessarily is that way because it's not online co-op, if I remember correctly, or is it online? Can you do two-player online?
You can play online against other people.
So I wonder does that have streaming potential? I mean, I know it's like a sport deal there, but I mean,
yeah,
is it?
I mean, there to an extent, kind of like it was streamed a little bit, but I think most of that potential is in what do you decide? Like if you're, getting to a point in the game where you need to exile a certain person, or you need to allow someone to, be, I forget the triumvirate, I guess. So like, for example, you can pick team members. Like if you're at that juncture and you're trying to decide that kind of stuff, I can see the streaming potential there. But as far as the gameplay goes, I mean, it's pretty standard. Like it's not really anything it's kind of exciting, but it's not super exciting.
Yeah.
Still a great game, but a game like that, it's more akin to streaming. Basically anything that involves choice.
Right.
I think it's good for streaming.
Yeah.
I think survival horror games would be a fun streaming platform to do. Watching people play like the new Resident Evil or
What's that game Supermassive was making? Oh, The Impatient is designed for that kind of mindset. It's VR, but
Alien Isolation would be a damn good one.
Yeah, Inpatient came out.
Yeah, Impatient did come out.
I'll play it on PSVR.
Alien Isolation would be good. I heard they're making a new one. I forgot. I read it somewhere. Something
More
related to it.
Isolationer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I want to talk about, this is an article we're going to talk about in the news topic, but I think it's good for this moment. Caffeine, the thing that you posted about. So Caffeine is a new social broadcasting platform that's trying to compete with Twitch and now Facebook's and whatever they're doing. But their mentality with this is from two Apple executives, former Apple executives, one of which was the lead on the Apple TV platform. So he's got some experience in this kind of content. They want to make simpler, safer streaming. So I've signed up for the beta of this and I've logged into it, and what I've seen so far really doesn't have a lot of breadth to it. But
yeah, what does simpler, safer streaming even mean?
Yeah. So
that's a very broad.
Well, they go into like the toxicity that you have in Twitch and how it's very hard to weed that out, and I guess they're hoping to kind of make it more of there's a bad term for it, but a safe space where like people aren't going in there and just cussing you out and dissing on you and calling you, obscenities that, that a lot of streamers of recently have been doing. That's their goal from what I read.
Yeah. So here's a quote from what the company said. They said Caffeine is a social broadcasting platform, meaning that people, not content, are the center of the experience. Users find content because of the people they follow in their social circles and come together to experience that content.
I don't know if I'm behind that.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
It's focusing on people, not content.
Yeah.
I go to Twitch for content.
You don't want to watch? You don't want to hang out with your friends online? You don't want to.
If I want to hang out with my friends online, I'll hang out with my friends online. We'll just play Monster Hunter 3 until our eyes bleed. But I'm not going to like sit here and think, gee, what do I want to go to Twitch for? Let me see. Oh,
that guy.
I'm going to go watch Austin.
Well, yeah. So
Austin, go make coffee.
Yeah.
On Twitch. Oh
That'd
man,
be
I'm so
funny.
I'm so entertained.
Oh man, Austin that's actually interesting. So it brings me an idea of like the future. This is some Black Mirror shit or something where you get a notification saying that Austin's about to go fight a fire. Tune in now and watch him live.
My guys, I'm here.
And we can all like and send hearts at you.
Oh my god! I just with drone bot just
Yeah, just this one little drum bot constantly by you, just constantly watching your shit.
I'm getting notifications up here. Hi mom, thanks for watching.
Brett's about to make his blue apron. Tune in now.
That would be the weirdest thing ever.
It's kebabs.
Oh, they liked it. Oh, I gotta do a better job now. I gotta flip the pan.
Yeah, flip.
Absolutely not.
So one of the other things I mentioned was their idea behind that is that there's no endless feeds of meaningless comments, which Twitch does get that way. If you have 1,000 people logged into it, you just have a stream of like just nonsense coming through the feed, right?
Spam.
So this is going to be personal conversations with friends and creators are given preference, enabling more meaningful social engagements while disposing of toxic chatter. So I don't know what exactly that means, because I wonder if like you have a friend group or you have a growing list of friend group people that you connect with, and then you jump into this content creation area. Does that mean the content creator can only has one group of people that are watching him, or can he like isolate a group to have siloed conversations between different people? I don't know.
See,
It's
actually, that's interesting. I wasn't even thinking about that. Like they're grouping off certain people. Like here's all the shit bags. They get to talk to each other by themselves. And there's all the people who actually want to have a thoughtful discussion over here.
yeah.
That's interesting.
I mean, because I think of
I just thought there's some kind of spam filter in there that's like more upgraded to the point where no. Or
Yeah.
maybe there's a rating system where like, I don't like this motherfucker, so 1 star.
yeah.
This commenter.
That asshole. Give that asshole
Yeah.
1 star.
Yeah, screw this guy. I don't know. I'm curious to see where they take it, because the streaming platform is designed to where you can stream on your phone, you can stream on your computer, you can stream on your everything. I mean, it is an everything streaming platform. So I don't know how that's going to work. We'll see where it goes.
Maybe there's a market for it.
Interesting.
I'm sure there is to some respect. I get what they're trying to get away from, but I don't see how they can stop the exact same things from happening.
Yeah.
I don't see how you're going to get 50,000 comments to not stream through your shit while Austin continues to fight fires and you continue to cook Blue Apron.
Dude, I love Blue Apron. So not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor us, we'd be more than happy to talk about your stuff. Just saying.
My name is Brett, and I love Blue Apron.
Hello at theinnergamer.net. You can reach out to us.
We had someone over there with a plate of food just a whoop.
Yeah, right.
It's the kebabs I was just talking about. Ooh.
If you are watching, don't forget to head over to theinnergamer.net for our full podcast episode of our weekly game impressions, as well as blog articles and all of our other great content. It is awesome. If you like this video, please like and subscribe as we
All these
do
effects.
magical
It's all these
motions.
It's on my head.
Yes.